Rebecca.
Never, never, never give up. This was written by Winston Churchill. Have you guys ever heard this said to you? I'm sure you have. 5 times, maybe 10 times, countless times. Have you ever remembered one so much when somebody said to you, never give up, that you can actually visualize when that was said to you? Never? Some people? Well, if you have ever watched any of these speeches that I'm about to tell you about today, I'm sure it would have made a difference in your life. I watched 3 speeches with the same exact title, of Never Give Up. One was by a man in Irvine, California. Another by Jimmy Valvano when he was receiving an award. And the last was by Nick Vujisi. Now, the man in Irvine, California was giving a speech to a group of kids at an elementary school. His visual was bricks. He pointed to the bricks and said, this brick right here is your problems at school. The next brick is your problems with your family. The next brick is your problems with your friends. And the last one is all the other problems. And he says sometimes you just need to break through your bricks. And when you break through those bricks, you break through your problems. And then he smashed the bricks and got all the way to the bottom, and the whole crowd cheered. This speech was great, and I'm sure that it inspired a lot of kids. But it was just okay for me. So I kept searching. And I found a speech by Jimmy Valvano. He gave this speech when he was accepting an award for being a hockey coach. Jimmy Valvano got up there, and instead of saying thank you to everybody for his award, he let them know that this award meant to him to never give up. Jimmy Valvano has cancer, and he fights every day for his life. But he wanted everybody to know 3 things that he does every day. And that's to laugh, to think, and to have his emotions moved. Now, he's not talking, a little laugh. He genuinely laughs every day at something, a big belly laugh. And he thinks every morning when he gets up. He thinks of where he's been, where he is, and where he wants to go. Well, if he's dying of cancer, why does he need to think of where he wants to go? How long is he really going to live? Well, he's saying, I'm not going to give up. I want to be somewhere, and I'm going to be there. And he said to have your emotions moved. When I listened to the end of his speech, my emotions were truly moved. In his last closing words, he said, cancer can take away all of my physical abilities, but it cannot touch my heart. It cannot touch my mind, and it cannot touch my soul. I was extremely moved by his speech, but I still kept looking. Because even though it was very moving, it was really long. Sometimes long speeches kind of loses you a little bit. So then I came across Nick Vujisi. Nick Vujisi was born without arms or legs. He goes all across the nation giving these speeches, inspirational speeches about how we never give up. He starts his speech by talking about how he was born with no arms and no legs, plays the drums, he shows everybody exactly what he can do. And then he falls down on his stomach and says, what happens when you fall down? What do you guys do when you fall? You get up. And he says, well, what if you can't get up? What do you do when you can't get up? Ask for help. Roll over. You keep trying. He says, you know what? If I fell over and I stayed there, I'd be there all day. There's nobody to come and help me up. But I'm not going to give up, and I'm going to keep pushing. I am never going to give up. And he lays down on his stomach and he's struggling to get up. This is a man with no arms and no legs trying to get up off of his stomach on stage in front of hundreds of students. But he shoves himself back up. And how does he do it? With persistence. He makes himself get up. This was very moving to me. And what it taught me was sometimes you need to yell when you give a speech, like Cynthia did. And sometimes you even need to cry. But you need to give parts of yourself when you give a speech. Because the first guy, I was like, well, there's some of himself. Second man told me a lot of what was going on in his life, and it moved me. The last one, he shared his whole self. And that's what made his speech so great to me. So I say to you, no matter what your life, your health, or your professors throw at you, never give up.